After getting propane, it's time to get on the road again. We had a great night at Mile Zero Campground in Dawson Creek, British Columbia. Bob signals Ted and Sandy to follow us.
We're officially on the Alcan.
And we're so excited. This means we're that much closer to Alaska. Since there's really not a way to know what the road conditions are on the Alaska Highway, Bob's allotted for 6 days of travel to reach Fairbanks, Alaska. Taking into consideration, we may have to drive at a lower speed because of road conditions. We're estimating driving approximately 250 miles a day. The steep descent into Taylor, British Columbia, gives us a beautiful overview of the valley and Peace River. Check out the automatic snow chains. The town of Taylor is a unique community offering both a pleasant rural lifestyle and world-class recreational facilities. It's also the home of the world's Invitational Gold Panning Championship, held at Peace Island Park in the month of August. It has a population of approximately 1,500 residents. As we drive beyond Fort St. John, we notice remnants of a previous forest fire. And now to stop for a quick break. Is this a sign of what's to come? We find ourselves pleasantly surprised with the facilities at this turnout. So if you're on the Alaska Highway and you stop at, I think it's Fort John's rest area, mile marker 80, the restrooms are very nice. They're not pit toilets, they're residential toilets. So nice, clean. You seldom find flushing toilets on the Alaska Highway. Hummus and carrots today. It is so handy having our fridge freezer unit in the cab of the truck. We so appreciate it. It eliminates the need of having to pack a cooler for the day. We'll tell you more about it later. Lots of fat, juicy bugs on the windshield.
Oh yeah. Swarm of them. How's it going, guys?
Hi, everybody.
So, we're currently on the Alaskan Highway, the Alcan, and we've been on about 150 miles, and so far, it's been great. And I kind of figured that it would be through British Columbia. I'm assuming we'll have some issues maybe once we hit the Yukon. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But, I mean, for the next couple days, like 500 miles, 520 miles, I think, until you hit Yukon. So I think we'll be all right. Yeah, we did. We had a good day yesterday. We saw a bear, black bear, a moose, and some bighorn sheep. So yeah, we had a good day with wildlife yesterday.
We're on the lookout for moose now. We had a warning sign back there to be cautious.
Yeah, there's been warning signs all throughout this trip, but it is nice that you can see that they keep the trees and brush and everything back so that you can at least see them.
And excuse the bugs on the windshield. Not much we can do about that. Bob said we hit a swarm of them a bit back, and it sounded like pebbles hitting the windshield. So we should see the old Alaska Highway here soon. The Alaska Highway, or the Alcan, has a rich history. Construction of the Alcan officially began March 9th, 1942. Alcan was the military acronym for the Alaska-Canada Highway. But over time, the name Alaska Highway was more acceptable. The old Alaska Highway. Here you can still see remnants of the original Alaska Highway. Barely see it. 9% grade.
So we saw a lot of these tractor trailers while we traveled through Canada. They're 8 axles. The thing that amazed me the most, there's 3 axles right in the middle. And I tried to research to see exactly what the weight capacity was and why they had so many axles in the center of the load, but I just could not. But it just amazed me every time we saw them.
That was the Sakani Chief River Bridge. The original bridge, which was a wooden structure, caught fire and burned in 1992.
265 kilometers.
And we have another bear sighting.
You gotta see that.
Rockies in the distance. And we're so excited we had another bear sighting. marker 234. Watch for bear and grizzly. Bob is anxious to see a grizzly.
34.
Yeah, we got a while. So we're stopping at Bucking Horse. Fuel up, grab a bite. This will be our first time using a diesel pump where the tank is above ground. There's a campground here, all kinds of good stuff. This appears to be the fuel station.
Just go out and see what they got.
Okay. So as you can tell, I finally got my voice back. So good. Side. How are you?
Fine, how you?
Good, thanks.
Good. Right here.
So this is different.
All right, I need you to go in,
Uh-huh.
give them a card,
Okay.
tell them I'm going to fill up
Okay.
diesel.
Okay. What
I
are
mean, I
we?
don't have a problem pulling in something like that.
Yeah, that's fine. And I don't think Sandy has a problem with that. It's when it's right off the road,
Right.
like the one you showed me this morning or last night.
Yeah.
We discuss our camping plans for the night. We've decided tonight we're going to boondock at a turnout for the first time on this trip. Ted and Sandy don't have full solar, but they have a generator available. This will be their second time camping without electric and their first time staying at a turnout. We've hit gravel for the first time since being on the Alaska Highway, and it probably won't be our last. Let's speed her up a bit. It wasn't too bad. First gravel section.
Hotel Chinese food. Brand new building.
Oh, there's an old church.
See what's going on.
Oh, yeah. We see another beaver statue in the distance.
Welcome home.
Of a fire that happened in 2015 apparently, and it jumped the Alaskan Highway, and because of the thick smoke they had to close the Alaska Highway for an entire day. 19,760 acres burned in this fire. It is known as the Big Beaver Creek Fire. Today's our lucky day for black bear sightings. Too bad we couldn't get a decent picture. How ironic, two rigs similar to ours and Ted and Sandy's, and they happen to be traveling together.
These guys here are like, listen, Ted and Sandy, they're together.
Oh, okay.
Saw them on the side of the road chatting.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
So at the midpoint of this bridge, the Musqueam River Bridge, it's the lowest point of the Alaska Highway at 1,000 feet elevation. We enter the town of Fort Nelson. I got a picture of him, babe.
3 of them.
Driving through Fort Nelson. Even have a Domino's. Another bear, babe.
Bear country, baby, Dawson. That there's a grizzly.
They're headed to Alaska too. This section of the Alaska Highway just north of Fort Nelson was of grave concern early on Mother's Day when the out-of-control Parker Lake wildfire was encroaching on Fort Nelson. 4,000 residents were evacuated from the town as a precaution. This devastating wildfire burned 5,200 hectares of land. Thankfully, it was stopped before it reached Fort Nelson. Because of the fire, this part of the Alaska Highway remained closed for approximately 2 weeks, making travel difficult for those wanting to reach Alaska. And Bob spotted another bear. All new pavement.
Yeah, the Alaskan Highway, I understand, when you listen to social media, they say how bad it is, but they've done a pretty amazing job putting it back together and making it smooth. We've gone about 500 some kilometers, 316 miles, and it hasn't been bad at all. We just had one little gravel spot that was maybe 25 yards. But yeah, so far so good. We'll see what happens when we get to the Yukon.
This windshield is disgusting. Yuck.
Yeah. I really want to clean it with the wipers, but I figure it's going to make it
Yeah.
worse. We debated on whether or not to stay at this turnout overnight, but it was too close to the road. Well, we're going to go to the next pull-off, I think. There should be one more up on the summit. You're thinking, right? And that's in
About 3 miles.
Yeah, it's about 3 miles. Up on it. Should be on that side. Okay?
Right.
Well, if you want to stay here just in case, what do you want to do?
We opted for a better solution, set in far enough from the highway. So this is where we are for the night. mile, what was it, 335.7?
We will eventually, but not until we get to the Yukon, I don't think.
And it has a overlook of the valley, but it's kind of overgrown, so your view is very limited. But can't have everything.
No.
Yeah. It's a miserable day today. We were gonna go to Laird's Hot Springs, but if it continues to rain, we won't be able to do that. We'll see. If not, we'll make our way to Watson Lake. Bob found a leak under the sink. He just addressed, and now it's time to get ready to go. So it's a lovely day we're having, as you can see. Laird Hot Springs is out of the question. It's just raining too hard. If it was a mist or a mild rain, yeah, it'd be okay, but
Or not cold, not 40 degrees.
yeah, it is 40 degrees out. So we're gonna head on to Watson Lake.
You're gonna call us wimps, but that's okay. It's all good. I wasn't gonna get into the tub anyway because Ange was gonna float, and I was gonna work on the slides. We have a couple of slide outs giving us some issues, so that'll be my next project.
So we just left mile marker 335, the turnout, which we spent the night at. It has an overlook of the Muskwa River Valley. We had a good night. It was pretty quiet. This is where the famous cinnamon rolls are made. 3-generation family has had this lodge. They're supposed to be the best cinnamon rolls in this section of the country.
there fuel at Layard?
Yeah. Wow. So Bob says it's 5 degrees Celsius right now. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit.
I think
Bob thinks it's 38 to 40 degrees Fahrenheit. We have no cell service, so I can't look it up. What a beautiful ride. It's supposed to be mountain sheep here. We haven't seen any yet, probably due to the weather. Definitely do a brake check before you head down this hill. Fuel 2 kilometers.
I think we're gonna fuel up here in about 2 kilometers, guys.
Okay.
What are you guys sitting on?
We are on 3/4.
Yeah, I'm between 3/4 and half. I don't know where the next one would be.
Okay, do what we have to do.
Better safe than sorry, babe. Because any of these could be empty.
How far is Laird Springs?
Another 2 hours.
We better stop.
Oh, I plan on it.
Well, I was hopeful to see a sheep.
Oh, something's on the side of the road up here. I'm not sure what it is. It could be a sign.
We still have many
Is
opportunities.
this it? 2 kilometers, right? This should be it.
Yeah, gas.
Rocky Mountain Lodge, you said, right?
Yep. So we're gonna see if we can fuel up here. Rocky Mountain Lodge. See, the sign says they're open. We shall see. It's an older tank. Here's their gas over here. See what the verdict is. So apparently the gentleman has to turn the pump on before we can use it. Interesting.
Yeah, I don't like to take a chance.
So I'm feeling a little frustrated with myself this morning. I've been using the milepost since we've been on the Alaska Highway. Let me backtrack a little bit. I attempted to use the travel planner, which gives you the information on every turnout, every gas station, every exit on the highways traveling from the US through Montana or Washington through Canada into Alaska. So it goes basically mile by mile, kilometer by kilometer. I struggled using the book in Canada because you have to follow the kilometer markers on the highway in order to follow the book. Well, coming in from the east side through Montana, through Alberta, Canada, there are no kilometer markers. So I was a little frustrated trying to use it in Canada. But once we got on the Alaska Highway, it actually allows you to follow by mile or kilometer. Now, as you know, Bob uses his speedometer app, and down below here you can see that it registered how many miles we've traveled. Well, yesterday, since we started the Alaska Highway yesterday. So fuel here is a little pricey, but you know what? You gotta do what you gotta do.
And we helped a local out.
$2.50 per liter. Yep, and that's important. Help out the locals. What a kind gentleman.
Toll River, 35 kilometers.
And now really quick to get back to what was causing my frustration. So on Bob's app, we're running miles, and on the actual truck odometer, we're running kilometers. Well, when we hit mile 0, Bob started his mile count at 0. Then we discussed, what do we do day by day? We decided we would reset the mile odometer each morning to give us an accurate mileage for the day. Well, here lies my frustration. We should have left the odometer alone, since the milepost goes mile per mile. Next time, we'll leave well enough alone. So that was a racing river we just went over. And before, where we stopped to fuel up, that was McDonald Creek. Oh yeah, you're not kidding. Just had a car whiz by and left us a present. Hard rock. Fortunately, it didn't hit the windshield. Toad River is a highway service community, and Toad River Lodge claims to have 10,000 hats tacked to its ceiling. Bob thought the black covered signs was wildlife.
Got overexcited.
Only saw a fox so far today.
Yeah. He had some kind of varmint in his mouth. Woodchuck squirrel or something.
Yep. Sorry folks, our mic is dead, so we're doing the best we can. We are in the clouds. Now we drive through Summit Pass with its stunning views. Frost heave coming up. Not too bad. Maybe a sign there.
there. It's kind of weird.
She is full.
Yeah.
At 2,792 in elevation, feet in elevation. We have another 184 miles before we reach Watson Lake. I'm Sandy in the mirror. There they are. Bob says we are climbing now. We're at almost 3,000 feet. Go, boy. Yeah, where did the river go? There's the runway. The plane we just passed. This is Muncho Lake. I said macho. Look at the beautiful color. It's not coming through on here. Muncho Lake is known for its beautiful deep green and blue waters. It is 7.5 miles long and a mile wide. Muncho means big lake in the Casca language, and it is one of the largest natural lakes in the Canadian Rockies. It's calm as glass right now, smooth as glass. Leave it to me. Yeah. The original Alaska Highway route went along the top of the cliffs, which proved hazardous. Portions of this hair-raising road can still be seen today. Local residents use it for mountain biking. Funny, we hit some of these bumps and my camera switches from video to slow-mo. Trout River. At this point, we're around the 459-mile mark on the Alaska Highway. We have arrived at Laird Hot Springs. It's the campground.
Yeah. I have no idea, do you?
All right, so we've decided it's not really a great day for the hot springs. So I think we're just gonna have a snack in the truck and continue on our way to Watson Lake. You can focus on the slides and I can do the cooking. This brings us to the end of another episode. Please join us again next week as we continue our travels on the Alaska Highway. Thank you for watching, and God bless.